We are starting now. Request everyone to be seated, please. Request everyone to settle down. Request Mr. Satish Reddy to come on to the dais. Mr. Satish Reddy, Chairman Dr. Reddy's. Mr. Naveen Gulalapalli. Request Mr. Naveen Gulalapalli to come on to the dais. Request Mr. Narasimha Reddy, Vice Chairman, Managing Director, TSIC, to come on to the dais. So, request you to take your seats. Naveen is coming, sir. Request the photographers to move behind. Please settle down, please. Good morning. Shall I start? To those who are present here and those who are joining us virtually, a very warm welcome to you all. When we hosted our first BioAsia 17 years ago, we did so with the intention of providing a platform for companies, government, and academia to come together, to interact, to ideate, and most importantly, to build alliances and collaborations. Over the 17 years, BioAsia has emerged as one of the prominent life sciences events in the world. The event has witnessed participation of some of the most influential global leaders, including Nobel laureates, established industry, as well as scientific leaders. More than 20,000 leaders representing over 100 countries have visited Hyderabad to participate in BioAsia. Also, more than 23,000 partnering meetings have been conducted at the event. In my 10 years as the CEO of BioAsia, and perhaps in the history of BioAsia itself, this is the first inaugural ceremony with a gathering of about 100 people here, but more than 30,000 people are joining us virtually. This makes 2021 event special, as the participation in this year's event is higher than all the BioAsias put together. With this note, we'll start the proceedings for the inaugural ceremony. At the start, we would like to observe a moment of silence for Dr. B.S. Bajaj, who passed away on July 28, 2020. Dr. Bajaj was a founding member of BioAsia and also the Federation of Asian Biotech Associations. His contributions to the biotech sector in Hyderabad and India are truly remarkable. May I request all of you to join us in observing a minute of silence in honor of Dr. Bajaj. Thank you. May I now request Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, Principal Secretary, Industries and Commerce, to deliver the welcome address.
Honorable Minister for Industries, Mr. K.T. Ramarao, Dr. Krishna Ella, Mr. Satish Reddy, Mr. Naveen Gulapalli, my colleague, Mr. E.V. Narasimha Reddy, Mr. Shakti Nagappan, members of the diplomatic community, senior industry leaders, representatives from research institutions, guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Telangana government, I welcome you all to the 18th edition of BioAsia 2021. And it gives me immense pleasure that despite the prevailing situation, we have been able to go ahead with this premier flagship event, the annual flagship Life Sciences Convention, which has evolved as a preeminent global meeting for researchers, academia, industry, startups, and government to get together, and also collectively showcase the country's rapidly evolving landscape in the life sciences and healthcare research sectors to leaders from all over the world. As all of us are aware, we have chosen a very, very relevant and topical theme, Move the Needle. This is a theme which resonates so well with whatever is happening around the world. We have seen immense disruption in economic activities, in society, and everyone is looking to the world of life sciences to provide answers to the post-disruption world. I'm sure that all the collective minds which deliberate on these issues spread over the next 2 days over various panel discussions, special talks, etc., will be able to contribute immensely in the world's quest for moving the needle. As my colleague pointed out, while this is a virtual event, except for today's opening ceremony, there have been some benefits of this format as well. There are 30,000 registrations for this year's BioAsia, which has never happened whenever we have had this event as an in-person format. So this also gives a pointer that in future, while definitely we would like to have in-person events, but part of it should also be telecast or made available online so that people from different parts of the world who find it difficult to come to Hyderabad will be able to join and contribute. This year, as many of you would know, BioAsia has brought a galaxy of world leaders, and it's a matter of great honor to announce the names of some of these eminent people who are going to grace this year's BioAsia. Mr. Satya Nadella, Microsoft CEO, will be in a fireside chat with our Honorable Minister tomorrow. Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, the Chief Scientist of WHO. Dr. Peter Marks, Director of CBER of FDA. Dr. V.K. Paul and Mr. Amitabh Kant from Niti Aayog. Dr. Richard Hatchett, CEO of CPI, Dr. Trevor Mundell, President of the Global Health of the Gates Foundation, Dr. Robin Nandi, who is the Chief of Immunizations at UNICEF, Mr. Arnaud Barnet, Head of Global Health and Healthcare of the WEF, Dr. Peter Piot, who has been gracing in-person events also in the past. He is joining us this time as well. Dr. Balram Bhargav, Government of India's Secretary and DG of ICMR. Dr. Renu Swarup, DBT Secretary. Ms. S. Aparna, Secretary to the Department of Pharmaceuticals. Dr. V.G. Somani, the Drug Controller General. Ms. Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, Dr. Swati Piramal, Mr. Nilesh Gupta, among many others, and not to forget our homegrown champions who have always given us immense pride in their achievements and who have made the world proud today and taken Hyderabad to amazing heights. I will be remiss if I do not thank our partners and sponsors for BioAsia 2021. FABA, which has the main responsibility for organizing this event, along with TSIIC, RICH, Ernst & Young, and principal industry hosts, Dr. Reddy's Labs and Novartis. We also have industry co-hosts in the form of Hetero Pharma, Aurobindo Pharma, Laurus Labs, and corporate sponsors GVK Bio, Sai Life Sciences, Bharat Biotech, Citiva, Ferring Pharmaceuticals, Varchow Biotech, US Pharmacopoeia, MN Park, Bharat Serum Vaccines, K. Raheja Corp, IKP Knowledge Park, Biological E, Syngene, Biocon. With this, I welcome you all once again to the 18th BioAsia, and do hope that once this in-person event gets over now, all of you will switch over to your gadgets and follow the rest of the proceedings, very, very interesting proceedings that take place today and tomorrow. Warm welcome to you once again on behalf of Telangana government. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we are delighted to have Novartis as the principal industry host for BioAsia 2021. Novartis has been one of the biggest supporters for BioAsia, and we are very thankful to them for their support over the years. May I invite Mr. Naveen Gullapalli to share his thoughts.
Well, good morning, everyone, and Honorable Minister, dignitaries. Really nice to be here and share Novartis' perspective on how we are working together with the government and how we are actually growing here in Hyderabad. Even through the pandemic over the last year, we've moved the needle. I think it's a great theme. We've seen our operations grow. We added about over 1,500 roles actually in Hyderabad. And I think many companies probably have the same kind of experience that productivity has increased, and we've really contributed more to our purpose, which is to improve and extend lives. Our CEO, Vas Narasimhan, is a big supporter of this forum, this collaboration. He was here last year as a keynote speaker. And you will recall that we announced some investments in innovation, right? So we've set up Novartis Biome, which is a platform for us to collaborate with innovators and startup organizations. We have another investment called X, which is a group that is trying to disrupt healthcare, and it's trying to address moonshot ideas and problems, all from here in Hyderabad. We have our largest data science and artificial intelligence capability established in Hyderabad. And I think we have the largest number of analysts sitting in one place anywhere if you look at all our global operations. And so we are really thriving, we are growing, and I think all of this is possible certainly because of few things. One, I'd really like to commend and thank the government and the leadership for their support to us. Last year, of course, was a big test. You know, maybe this time, maybe March, April last year, we were really at sea in terms of whether we'll be able to continue to work. And actually, we've come crossed that bridge very effectively. But I also think this government makes us feel valued, supports us. We are not one in a crowd. You know, there's an individualized attention. And I really want to thank the government for their leadership in this respect. The ecosystem which we work with is also a fabulous asset for us. A lot of talent wants to come and work with Novartis. Clearly, as you can see, there's renewed interest in science companies, in healthcare companies. I no longer have to explain what half our population does here in terms of clinical trials. I think there's more experts in the general population now on various phases of clinical trials and what it takes to create medicine. So we have a great kind of respect and maybe desire from the society to collaborate and support us, which is great. But I also request the government to go beyond the letter, and all of us actually to go beyond the letter in the spirit and try and respect intellectual property, try and provide more transparency, because that's how really science develops, right? That's how we are able to develop these vaccines and medicines that can really address and improve lives. So we have a little bit of a journey on that. But all in all, Novartis is really pleased to be here, and we think the future is really bright. We think there's a lot of more opportunities, and we couldn't be better set up to be here. So thank you, and wish all of us a great forum. Thank you.
Thank you, Naveen. While on one hand, we have a global major like Novartis join as the principal industry host for BioAsia, we also have a homegrown company, Dr. Reddy's Laboratories, support this event year on year. We have Mr. Satish Reddy here with us today. Incidentally, Mr. Reddy also is a chairman of the State Life Sciences Advisory Committee. So I would request Mr. Reddy to share his thoughts on the partnership and also the vision for the state on the life sciences sector.
కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ రంగాలలో దశాబ్దపు అనుభవంతో కస్టమర్ల మరియు శ్రేయోభిలాషుల మన్ననలను నమ్మకాన్ని గెలుపొందిన సంస్థ విఆర్ఆర్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్. నాణ్యతకు నమ్మకానికి మారుపేరు విఆర్ఆర్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్. ఇండిపెండెంట్ హౌసెస్, అపార్ట్మెంట్స్, విల్లాస్ అన్ని రకాల హంగులతో అలరించే అద్భుతమైన వెంచర్స్ తో పాటు అందరికీ అందుబాటు ధరలో సొంత ఇంటి కలను సాకారం చేసే నమ్మకమైన సంస్థ విఆర్ఆర్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్. Please visit VRR Constructions, Varatex Plaza near Radhika Theatre, ECL X Road, Hyderabad. Call to 9100885551 9100885559.
Honorable Minister Shri K.T. Ramarao Garu, distinguished members on the dais and ladies and gentlemen. So on my behalf also welcome to BioAsia which is happening in what is very unusual times for all of us. At least we have some semblance of normalcy, having some people here, at least a partial part of it. There are a whole host of people who are probably watching us through the screen. But at least in these unusual times, one of the good things is, we get an opportunity from the industry to also engage with various people, with experts, with policymakers. And this, in fact, sort of helps us get a better understanding, of the pandemic, of its implications, especially for the healthcare, and in particular for the life sciences industry. You get a much better appreciation of that. What you also get a much better appreciation is, what we see as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, I believe, for India and for that matter, particularly Telangana state, in unleashing its growth potential in all segments of the pharmaceutical value chain, all the way from APIs to innovation and also in medical devices. It's a huge opportunity for all of us, and that's something we are quite confident of. So also, particularly from Telangana side, I also wanted to talk about, the vision which we have set for ourselves. So back sometime during the pandemic itself, there was a life sciences advisory board which was constituted. Some of the members are here today with us. Mahima, Mani is here, so is Sai, I think I saw him somewhere. Also Suchitra Garu is also part of us. So many members who also participate in this advisory board. So we had some subcommittees formed, and then we also worked on a Vision 2030 for Telangana state. Right? So then the subcommittees worked on the recommendations for the various important sectors within the life sciences industry, and the recommendations are ready to be presented to the government. So on the Vision 2030 itself, I just wanted to mention that the vision that we have outlined is to become one of the top life sciences clusters in Asia by leading innovation-driven and tech-enabled growth and leveraging latent domestic demand. So if you see the whole life sciences cluster in Telangana state, it currently is about, in terms of value terms, it's about $13 billion. And if you see it in economic value terms, it's almost about $50 billion as in terms of cluster revenues. But there's a potential for us in the next 10 years to move up to almost $100 billion of the ecosystem valuation. Like I said, $13 billion is the current revenues in terms of what we have, especially from the pharmaceutical sector. If you see the overall Indian pharmaceutical industry, that's about $42 billion, right? So almost a third of it comes from Telangana. And in terms of potential, we have said that from the Indian pharmaceutical system itself, that can go up to $120 billion as a vision by 2030. That's the vision for Indian pharmaceutical sector. And we are saying from the Telangana itself, from 13, it can go almost up to, $35 billion plus. So that's the potential that we have in terms of achieving the numbers. And also, more importantly, is also to emerge as Asia's preeminent innovation destination. Because if you see the endowments which Telangana has at this point of time in terms of its, the number of pharmaceutical companies, if you see the institutions, the research institutions, the colleges, the enormous talent that it has, within the state. There are a lot of endowments which, Telangana state has. So one of the parts we really want to focus on is the innovation part, because there's a huge opportunity there. Not only just Indian companies who can invest into this, because currently if you see Genome Valley, it's a hub of innovation. There are several multinationals present there, there are Indian companies which are present there. But then to emerge as a preeminent hub of innovation, there's more work to be done, and that's something we want to take it as part of the Telangana vision. Also, looking specifically at the state itself, the Telangana state, we also want to, help out in building the public health infrastructure, which can accelerate the clinical research part of it, because this is again an emerging segment. And also, if we look at the whole disease surveillance platform, there's a lot of data that can be generated. And as you know, the pandemic has also provided us changes by which, especially the digital portion of this, is going to accelerate tremendously. It will provide great opportunities in terms of what can be done in the public health infrastructure also. So that's another thing we want to also talk to the government. So that's briefly about Telangana vision. More of it will be unrolled as time goes by. And also, like I said, it's like we are fortunate to be present in Telangana state. Some of the endowments I talked about. More than anything, I think if we see the potential that this particular state has, it's like no other. Again, because of what we already have, but more importantly, what we can achieve. And especially on the innovation, I would highlight, because this is where I think it presents immense potential. Also from the point of talent, from the point of infrastructure, great support from the government, and a lot of other initiatives. I'm quite sure that we can take it places. Just in closing, I wanted to thank especially the minister, for his great support to BioAsia, and also to the success of BioAsia. It attracts various experts from across the country, people from the industry, people from the government also who participate in various sessions. It's been a tremendous success, and I certainly look forward to the sessions, even in this edition, the 18th edition of BioAsia this time. Only regret is that Hyderabad is also known for its famed hospitality. This is a time when we really couldn't do that. Hopefully, Minister, next time we should be able to host everybody who will be able to attend in a much more better manner than what we could accommodate this time. So once again, thank you very much. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Satish. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to witness the presentation of Genome Valley Excellence Award, one of the most coveted awards for the life sciences sector. The government had instituted this award in 2004 during its first BioAsia, and has continued this in every edition since. We have a brief AV on this year's recipient. Can we have the AV, please? So I would request the Honorable Minister to kindly present the Genome Valley Excellence Award to Dr. Krishna Illa and Mrs. Suchitra Illa. Join us in congratulating them. I think request if everybody can give a standing ovation for this, please. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. So we'll do the photographs later. Thank you. I request Dr. Krishna Ella to share a few words with us. Congratulations.
I've not prepared any speech, so I just want to be what my heart says. I think it's really honored to receive the award with my young, dynamic minister, and I'm proud to say that he's a biotechnologist too. And that I'm proud. That's very, very rare. Rarely it happens in life. And I want to thank Jayesh Ranjan, Narasimha Reddy Garu, Satish Reddy, Naveen, and Shakti, all of them. But I think I want to say this award is not for me alone, but I think all the entrepreneurs, whether it be Indian Magical, Shanta Biotech, everybody contributed to the city's growth. Today, many people think, we are the largest, I can say 65% of the entire Indian vaccine, Indian domestic and exported, comes from the Indian, Hyderabad manufacturer, whether Bharat Biotech, Biologically, Indian Magical, Shanta Biotech. Nobody recognizes, almost 65%, but we don't get much publicity. The only thing is, Hyderabad doesn't get much publicity. But quietly, 65%, number one. Number two, the pandemic vaccines, anything in the future, it will come only from Hyderabad. That is also, please assure that. So whether it comes from BE or Bharat Biotech, it doesn't matter, but it comes from Hyderabad. That's what it means. Now, I think, many other new entrants also joined now, Reddy Labs, Aurobindo, joining with this, it's going to be a bigger game in vaccines for the India and a global point of view. So that nobody can take away. I don't think any cluster in one city in the world has got the 65% of the global vaccine is manufactured from one city, that is Hyderabad, nobody else. So I think many people doesn't recognize, particularly press doesn't applaud Hyderabad. So I think it's very critical that Hyderabad is doing extremely well. When I ask my colleagues, what do we need help from the government? Everybody's asking me, government, anything help required? Actually, my colleague said, there's nothing, sir, to ask the government. I think that's very rare, it happens. Otherwise, we'll have too many issues, asking government. And I think the minister was here in August in our plan and immediately called for other meetings and then quickly, lot of things, whether drainage system, hospital, you want to have a small hotel, everything, all planning is happening. I think that rarely happens in a city, but I can tell you, many cities like Bangalore and all gets too much attention. But I can tell you this is the largest manufacturing hub of the world. Yeah, Hyderabad is really, I'm telling honestly, no other place. I've seen China, I've seen many parts of the world. And I don't think the cluster like Hyderabad is nowhere else. And I think in India, I think India has to be watching only Hyderabad. And I think it'll be proud to say that Genome Valley is now excelling and is going to be the great hub for the world. And thank you very much for receiving this award. And I want to thank all my employees, on behalf of my employees and entrepreneurs, press, and everybody on behalf of them. And I'm grateful to all of them to receive this award. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations. Well deserved indeed. I must also mention here that Dr. Illa, along with Mr. Mani Kantipudi of GVK Bio and Mr. Acharya, played a crucial role in 2012 when we reshaped and rebranded BioAsia. So thank you for all the support that you've given, sir, and Mani and Mr. Acharya as well. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, we will now witness an MOU exchange between Government of Telangana and Cytiva for establishment of a GMP-like biopharmaceutical manufacturing facility. This facility will be set up in Genome Valley with a capacity of 200 liters. May I request Mr. Jayesh Ranjan and Mr. Raghavendra Gaud, General Manager South Asia at Cytiva, to come forward and exchange the MOUs, please. Request all the dignitaries on the dais to join as well.
సెరెనిటీ మోడల్ హై స్కూల్ విద్యార్థులకు అమ్మఒడి, సామాన్యులకు అందుబాటులో ఉన్న బడి సెరెనిటీ. మేడ్చల్ జిల్లాలో మేటిగా నిలిచి సాటిలేని ఫలితాలను సాధిస్తున్న నంబర్ 1 స్కూల్ సెరెనిటీ. మా ప్రత్యేకతలు ప్రతి విద్యార్థి పట్ల వ్యక్తిగత శ్రద్ధ, యాక్టివిటీ బేస్డ్ లెర్నింగ్ అండ్ డిజిటల్ క్లాస్ రూమ్స్, కంప్యూటర్ ల్యాబ్, 100% ఫలితాలు, స్పోర్ట్స్ అండ్ కల్చరల్ యాక్టివిటీస్, యోగా, అబాకస్ మరియు వేదిక్ మ్యాథ్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్. ప్లీజ్ విజిట్ Serenity Model High School, Nagaram. Admissions are in progress. Call 040-271-46899 and 040-271-48699.
Thank you, sirs, for doing the honors. It's time. I now request the man who leaves no stone unturned to strengthen and showcase the life sciences sector of Telangana to the world. Our chief guest, Honorable Minister, request you to kindly deliver the inaugural address, sir.
Firstly, I welcome you all to BioAsia. I think before I go into my formal speech, I'd like to make a couple of comments. I think Hyderabad and Hyderabad's life sciences ecosystem particularly has really come to the fore and has really come to be known for its strengths and really has shown its fortitude in the last 1 year. I think for that one reason alone, because I remember, reading in newspapers and watching it on televisions, the former President Donald Trump had called Prime Minister Narendra Modi, asked him for, supply of remdesivir, and again they had to look towards Hyderabad. And when vaccine manufacturing was being talked about, I think one of the 3 stops Honorable Prime Minister made was again in Hyderabad. It goes to show you the strength of the life sciences ecosystem. I think that for that one simple reason, and for how Hyderabad's life sciences ecosystem has responded to this pandemic in the last 1 year, I think you guys deserve a huge round of applause from the entire, and not just the entire administration, but I think from the entire, humanity, not just in Hyderabad, but across the world as well. So my compliments, my congratulations on all the efforts that have been put in the last 1 year. And I welcome you all, and those of you who are here, and also those of you who are joining us virtually to BioAsia 2021. BioAsia 2021 marks the 18th edition of this prestigious annual flagship event, and I'm extremely pleased that we have continued to hold this tradition by conducting the event even in the midst of this pandemic. As the world is walking a perilous path to fight one of the most challenging health crises of our times, I strongly believe that the deliberations at this year's event will be more relevant and more contextual than ever. 2020 has had a profound and a long-lasting impact on lives around the world. The economic and social disruption caused by the pandemic is devastating, with over 2.45 million human lives lost globally. That is 24.5 lakh people losing their lives globally. With the world still grappling over this and getting used to the new normal, I would like to use this occasion once again to thank all the frontline workers, including healthcare and public services workers, scientists, among others, who worked tirelessly during these unprecedented times amongst social and personal challenges. Without their selfless efforts, we wouldn't be able to reach this far. On a positive note, our scientists and entrepreneurs have given the life sciences sector its movement in the spotlight with accelerated development of vaccines, diagnostics, and therapeutics. I take pride whenever I speak in saying that Hyderabad rose to the occasion and made an impact for the world to witness. Our position as the vaccine capital of the world, let me reiterate again, vaccine capital of the world, was further bolstered, and it is a matter of great pride that the world is looking towards India and particularly towards Hyderabad. The visit of about 70 foreign envoys from different countries and that of the Honorable Prime Minister also to Genome Valley is a testimony to the cluster's significance in the global context today. Bharat Biotech's remarkable contribution and commitment to develop India's first indigenous vaccine for COVID-19 is absolutely laudable, and once again I think Dr. Krishna Ella and Suchitra and the entire team deserve our compliments. I'm personally delighted that we could use this BioAsia platform to present the prestigious Genome Valley Excellence Award to our very own Krishna and Suchitra, who have made us all proud time and again. I would also like to add that the efforts of Biological E, Indian Immunologicals, among others, are also very significant and laudable. In addition, I'm happy to note that Hetero Pharma and Dr. Reddy's are augmenting the global supply by manufacturing and distributing the Russian vaccine Sputnik. Further, Aurobindo Pharma, again a Hyderabad-based company, is building a world-class vaccine manufacturing facility with a capacity of about 450 million doses annually. All these highlight and augment the position of Hyderabad as the vaccine capital of the world. I'm extremely confident that significant global population will be immunized with vaccines produced in Hyderabad. This is no small feat to accomplish. Each time I travel, each time I meet people in various countries, investors in various countries, I keep saying, next time one of your children is getting a vaccine shot, there's 1 in 3 chance that it could have been manufactured in Hyderabad. And today I'm delighted that the world is taking cognizance of this fact. Our dream and vision of growing the life sciences industry in Telangana to over $100 billion looks plausible, and we remain absolutely committed to it. I'd like to highlight that even after the widespread health and economic distress caused by COVID-19 pandemic, the life sciences sector in Telangana has responded brilliantly with resilience and has witnessed tremendous growth during the last year. Life sciences sector in the last year has attracted new investments to the tune of about 3,700 crores of rupees and with an employment potential of 14,000 people directly. A feather in our cap has been the approval of Umbralisib for cancer treatment. It is historic because this is the first drug ever discovered in India and approved by US FDA. I am extremely proud that this discovery of Umbralisib is led from Incogent's facility in Genome Valley. This year, Genome Valley also witnessed large pharmaceutical companies announcing expansion plans. Sai Life Sciences, a leading contract research organization, inaugurated its new research and development center in Genome Valley with an investment of about rupees 400 crores. I saw Krishna somewhere. Compliments to his entire team on that. The sprawling campus will play a pivotal role in accelerating the discovery and development of new drugs. On a similar note, I had the pleasure also of inaugurating Syngene's campus in Genome Valley during BioAsia, last BioAsia. I am delighted that their scientist count has doubled in a year from 100 to 225 right now. The company, which had leased one building last February, is rapidly growing to occupying their third building in the middle of this year, 2021. So wherever Kiran is, thank you Kiran Majumdar Shaw for investing in Hyderabad and continue to be our partner. GVK Bio, another Hyderabad-based company focused on supporting global innovators, is also expanding rapidly and will be adding 600 new jobs this year in Hyderabad. This indeed is remarkable and highlights Hyderabad's unmatched scientific prowess. I saw Mani somewhere as well. Hi Mani. Continued and thank Mani and the entire GVK Bio team for their continued growth and continued support. Further, Granules India will also be investing about 400 crores to set up a facility with a capacity to manufacture 10 billion units of finished dosages that will generate employment for about 1,600 persons. And Laurus Labs is investing rupees 300 crores to set up a formulation facility in Genome Valley with a capacity of again 5 billion units. Switzerland-based Ferring Pharmaceuticals, which announced its entry into Genome Valley previously, started operations last year. Further, a Canadian company called as JAMP Pharmaceutical had announced investment in Genome Valley in 2018, and their state-of-the-art facility in Genome Valley is nearing completion. They have aggressive growth plans also for Hyderabad, and I'm excited and looking forward to inaugurating this facility next month. We also have the Indian Council for Medical Research establishing the country's largest National Animal Resource Facility for Biomedical Research in Genome Valley, which is also expected to be inaugurated very soon. These are extremely difficult times, but at the same time, this is an extremely exciting field to be in, extremely exciting sector, which never fails to amaze or enthuse me. As we witnessed today, Government of Telangana is partnering with Cytiva to set up a biopharma scale-up facility, B-Hub, in Genome Valley. As you know, 8 out of the top 10 selling drugs globally today are biopharmaceuticals. While there exists formidable capabilities in chemical drugs in the country, B-Hub will help Telangana and India in accelerating the growth of biopharmaceutical sector. I am confident that Telangana will emerge as the biopharmaceutical capital of India. Another area I am personally bullish about is the medical devices sector, which promises extraordinary growth opportunities for the state. The medical devices park at Sultanpur in Sangareddy district continues to be the destination of choice, and about 40 companies are currently establishing their manufacturing and R&D facilities. Some of these companies have already started commercial production, and many of them are lined up for commencement by the end of this year. With operationalization of these units, I am confident that the landscape of the park will transform and the park will become the hotbed for medtech activities in the country. Global medical devices major Medtronic had announced one of their biggest investments, $170 million globally last year, to establish its largest innovation and engineering center in Hyderabad. I am excited that this center is already ready, and I am looking forward to joining the company's leadership, both Omar and Madan, to inaugurate this facility next month. On the pharma front, we remain committed to grounding the Hyderabad Pharma City project soon to support India's pharma industry again to regain its leadership position in APIs and KSMs, offering significant cost and value benefits. I am confident of creating a new global benchmark for sustainable industrial cities with this initiative. In addition, we are also working on several exciting initiatives such as Digital Medicine Hub, Institute for Cell and Gene Therapy, Flow Chemistry Hub, a world-class life sciences university, and many more to build strong foundations for the next generation opportunities and to support our aspirations. As you can see, we have a holistic vision and approach to growing this sector with focus on today's needs and as well as the future opportunities. I would also like to take this opportunity to highlight the growing role of startups and innovators, especially in the healthcare sector, and we will continue to support the rapid growth of the startup ecosystem here by facilitating plug-and-play infrastructure, access to capital, access to medical information, and validation support, among others. Our signature event, BioAsia, has been synonymous with the life sciences sector in Hyderabad. I'm delighted that this event continues to grow in reputation and size. Constantly increasing participation of global leaders in the event each year and the quality of deliberations at this event make the event stand out. I take this opportunity to thank my entire team, Shakti, Jayesh, Narasimha Reddy, for organizing this year's virtual event with support, of course, from partners and the sponsors. I hope you'll all have an engaging and thought-provoking time at this event over the next 2 days. Let's together move the needle to improve global health. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Inspiring as always. To conclude the proceedings, may I now request Professor Edna, Working President, Federation of Asian Biotech Association, to propose the vote of thanks.
నాణ్యతకు నమ్మకానికి మారుపేరు సాయి మహేంద్ర ట్రేడర్స్ హోల్సేల్ అండ్ రిటైల్ మరియు కిరాణా జనరల్ స్టోర్. మా వద్ద అన్ని రకాల నిత్యావసర సరుకులు సరసమైన ధరలకే లభించును. స్వచ్ఛమైన నాణ్యమైన బియ్యంతో పాటు అన్ని రకాల సరుకులు హోల్సేల్ ధరలకే రిటైల్ అమ్మకం. అనువైన ధరలలో నాణ్యమైన వస్తువుల కొరకు సంప్రదించండి సాయి మహేంద్ర ట్రేడర్స్ హోల్సేల్ అండ్ రిటైల్ మరియు కిరాణా జనరల్ స్టోర్. మా అడ్రస్ నాగారం టు కీసరా మెయిన్ రోడ్, రాంపల్లి ఎక్స్ రోడ్. కాంటాక్ట్ నెంబర్ 9247575485 మరియు 6300322583.
Honorable Minister for Industries and Commerce, Sri K.T. Ramarao, Mr. J.S. Ranjan, Mr. Naveen Gullapalli, Mr. Satish Reddy, Dr. Krishna Ella, Suchitra Ella, number of distinguished invitees here, and those who are joining online for this edition of BioAsia. It gives me immense pleasure to formally thank you all on behalf of the Federation of Asian Biotech Association and on behalf of the entire team of BioAsia. Our sincere thanks to Honorable Minister for inaugurating this 18th edition of BioAsia 2021 and also illustrating various activities or steps that are being taken to further growth of the life science sector in the state of Telangana. Our thanks also to Mr. J.S. Ranjan, Naveen Gullapalli, Satish Reddy, and Narasimha Reddy for sparing your time and gracing this occasion. Dr. Krishna Ella and Suchitra Ella, congratulations for the Genome Valley Excellence Award. So I have seen Dr. Krishna Ella starting his R&D lab in a small house in Banjara Hills. And then he moved to Turukapalli Shamitpet place where nothing was there at that time, even before the announcement of Genome Valley. And that really, in fact, motivated the government to establish the Genome Valley, and the brainchild behind was our Mr. Acharya. And today, the world has witnessed your achievements of coming up with COVID-19 vaccine in a record time. Not only this, you have shown earlier the rotavirus vaccine development and a number of other vaccines. Once again, congratulations to both of you. So our sincere thanks to Government of Telangana for patronizing BioAsia. And of course, FABA has started. Dr. Bajaj initiated this and he witnessed every edition of BioAsia until last BioAsia 2020. And today we miss him here. And the Telangana State Industrial Infrastructure Corporation and RICH, Research and Innovation Circle of Hyderabad, and Ernst & Young being the knowledge partner of this edition of BioAsia, and our principal sponsors, Dr. Reddy's, Novartis, industry hosts, co-hosts like Aurobindo Pharma, Hetero Pharma, Laurus Labs, corporate sponsors, Sai Life Sciences, GVK Bio, Bharat Biotech, Saitia, Ferring Pharma, Virco Biotech, US Pharmacopoeia, MN Park, Bharat Serum Vaccines, K. Raheja, Biological E, Syngene, and Biocon Biologics. Thank you all for sponsoring even though the notice was given very short period. I thank you one and all. I invite you all to join the lunch which is being served outside. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you all for joining us today. We have some very interesting sessions lined up over the course of these 2 days. I request all of you to join actively in the deliberations. I request all the guests here to join us for lunch after this event. Thank you so much for joining us.
శివగాయత్రి ఎంటర్ప్రైజెస్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూటర్స్ ఫర్ సబ్మెర్సిబుల్ పంప్స్ మీ గృహ వ్యవసాయ పారిశ్రామిక నీటి అవసరాలకు స్పైరన్ మరియు కోర్సా సబ్మెర్సిబుల్ పంప్స్ మరియు డిస్ట్రిబ్యూటర్స్ ఫర్ వాటర్ సాఫ్ట్నర్స్ హిమజల్ ఆర్వో ప్లస్ ఆల్కలైన్ వాటర్ ప్యూరిఫైర్స్ శివగాయత్రి ఎంటర్ప్రైజెస్